Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, señores y caballeros, I'm back. I'm back again. So I'm literally in your house. So I think the text message we sent you, or the email we sent you yesterday, at yours, we're coming to yours, and this is what we're doing. So we're literally here, and this is obviously recorded, so you will have the opportunity to watch it in the weeks and months to come, because this is only the beginning. So I've got two guests now, and it's just been great. I've got these beautiful, great panels of these people connecting from all over the world and sharing ideas with phenomenal and different expertise. And I've got Raho Bornhost and Cat LaCohie. Is that how you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? LaCohie.
Yeah.
LaCohie. Thank you. Apologies for that.
Very good.
So Raho is a coach, entrepreneur, spiritual master teacher who created Inner Chi coaching to burn away limitations and crack people open to real freedom. I love the crack open. And then Kat is an international variety burlesque performer and live event host of Vixen DeVille. Her burlesque performance technique is perfect for anyone looking to free themselves up and rediscover themselves. What a great bunch of people I have here today. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Raho, you're from Germany. You came over to the Best UX, but you're still in LA, aren't you?
I am in San Diego with a view on the beach.
Okay, well, listen. So out of all the things that's happened to you, well, this isn't. It's not one of the best, but it's not a bad place to be. And Kat, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from England, North England, and now I'm based in Los Angeles.
You're based in Los Angeles. Brilliant. Okay, great. You've been here long?
8 years.
8 years, okay.
Sometimes feels like less, sometimes feels like more, but yeah, 8 years now.
Brilliant. So Raho, in your case in particular, you were coming to speak at the Best UX, where you came to LA previously, and now kind of you're stuck here. So we were just discussing kind of the new reality and how it's all affecting us in a different kind of way. And I was saying and sharing with people, because, kind of look, just because we do this for a living, it doesn't mean that we've got all the answers and we're 100% confident all the time. So how has this impacted you, and what are the advantages of what's happened to you? Because obviously we're solution-driven people. What are the advantages of what's happening to us, you in particular, in your life and your professional life?
I have two areas of work, which is one, seminars, workshops, and I'm doing this since my teenage years to learn from masters on the planet. So from India to America, I wanted to have like Deepak Chopra and Brian Tracy in my life. I published them, and now this is a major breakdown for the seminar business. Like you, I have had the same in Germany. We cannot perform seminars, but in the moment it happened, I realized I'm in the best business on the planet. I can share knowledge and wisdom with Zoom, with Facebook, with online tools. And since the media uses this internet, so we will all be using the internet. And I think this is a great opportunity. Like, I appreciate your work going from the stage away here, let's go for Zoom. And I think this is huge. This is a great opportunity to share the love. So thank you for this. And here I am. I'm happy.
Yeah, well, thank you. I love how the way you say the love. This is something that I do, Raho. I do this. So with my Best You Legacy clubs, and also for people that are in this community, you'll see at the top that we say that everything we do from a place of love. But I always say we do from a place of love. And I use it as an anchor. I do the hand like that, and we do that at the Legacy Club. So every time I go like that, every one of my members go, love. And that's important. So, kind of what we're doing here and what we're doing in the personal development world is sharing the love. And that's what it's about, giving people hope and giving people, look, we're not saying we have all the answers, and we're not saying that everything is hunky-dory, and it is quite concerning out there, but it's how you really think about things, and how you can take advantage of these opportunities, and how you can focus on what's good, with so much hysteria and so much panic going out there. So Kat, you've got a big, massive smile going on there. So obviously, kind of you're dealing with it like a lot of us are. So what's your advice with what you're doing, and how you help clients, and how has it changed or affected you, and what are you doing to bring it into this new reality?
Yeah, my take on this whole thing is that it is a really good time to start like focusing on the truer version of you, and you without any of the outside clutter. And a lot of my work when I'm working with clients is about stripping away the stuff that's been put on you from other people. So your co-workers, your parents, people at school, like growing up, what labels have people given you, and what your reality is right now may not be preferable to you, because you've always been told that you're the failure, or that you're the whatever. You've been given all these labels, or you've got a job that you just fell into because it was what you fell into after college, and you just day by day going through the day to just make the money and do the thing. And now is a moment to be like, hang on, this is where I am in my life. How did I get here? Oh, am I happy? Am I not happy? And how did I get here? And how can I change this? And that only really happens when people are thrown a curveball. They get an injury, or they have a divorce, or they get fired from their job, whatever it is. And then they're like, oh, this change has happened to my life. Now I need to bend and change and adapt to this change in my life. And usually that's the best thing that ever happened to anybody, because it makes them stop and rechange their things. So now this is a worldwide thing, and you're not alone in that change. Usually you're the one going, oh, I just went through a divorce, I just got laid off, and I'm lonely in this turmoil, and I have to battle through it myself. The really good selling point of the crisis is that we're all in this together. So even though you're feeling terrible about your situation, we can all relate to that. And so it takes away that loneliness of how do I get through this? Because we can all reach out to everybody else, because we're all suffering the same situation.
Yeah, and I think if anything, I shared this with a previous panel, but someone was saying that what if this is the new, if out of what's happening now creates this new reality of humanity and us connecting in a much deeper level, and I think that's it. I think we are all we've all been on this boat. When we reach the other side, when we get to the other side, we've all gone through this. We've all had similar experiences. We will all connect in a way where we get to appreciate the important things of life, and focusing on that, on purpose and legacy, and making sure that we work towards, becoming better human beings, which I think is ultimately what it's all about. So there's definitely positives in everything, even in this. So Raho, with you in particular, for example, I love your inner chi coaching. So tell me a little bit more about that, because there's a lot of people that lost their chi and can't find their chi, and they don't even know if they have a chi. So what would you say to them, and how do you help people, especially in these circumstances?
Well, life energy called chi is elevated or destroyed depending on your intake. So if you breathe bad air, your chi goes down. If you inhale a lot of negative information, like all the news, and you update yourself every minute with a little bing on your smartphone, like 384 dead, 385 dead, 389 dead, that's like ridiculous. It's like not what you want. You want love, you want joy, you want bliss, you want good states of being, and you want good food, and you want fresh air. So why are we not going there? The inner chi coaching method that I developed over many decades now is to help people go directly into the center of your being. If you use breathing or whatever, I have hundreds of methods. I studied hundreds of teachers on the planet. And I realized that if you are not going to the inside, you're hanging out there somewhere, and you're the victim of whatever happens out there. I feel being free since I focus on my own being. And usually it was told in childhood and school, it was told us, like, don't be selfish. But it's the opposite. You have to be selfish in a certain way. You have to love yourself. You have to go here and say, I am a good one. I'm a good boy. I'm a good man. I want to share my love and bliss with the planet. And you could share so much love and bliss. And instead, many people just go out there and take in what they don't like. Bad, negative input. And I would like to share this one thing only, that if you go to the inside, you think like it's a dark cave or an unknown place. But if you bring light there, like if you're Bernardo inspiring, or Cat or me, if we do something very good and it goes to the heart, then you feel like, this is good. Okay, I want more of that. And if you take it in and then you breathe out good things, then you share it with community, at least with your kids at home, with your family or your loved ones. And this is something you could do online as well. You could share love. And if you don't know how to, you can learn, because what one person can do, probably everybody else can.
Absolutely, and especially now when there's the, that there are a lot of people that are alone. A lot of lonely people. Is talking kind of like my mother-in-law. She's in her 80s. Unfortunately, she's widowed. She's on her own, and kind of like she needs love and she needs people to take care of her. And I think there's always people out there. And this is a time to build those relationships, to build to build that connection that we might not necessarily have anymore. I mean, one of the speakers were talking to us. One of the guest that I had previously was talking about breathing, which I know is something that you were talking about, Raho, and obviously the importance of breathing and learning how to breathe, and obviously having that downtime yourself and focusing that first hour or whatever hour or many hours or a few hours in really working towards breathing, meditating, mindfulness, because it's by keeping that mind, kind of in control and relaxed, it's the only way that we can really, kind of, look at the positive aspects.
I would say danger, because people cannot really control the thoughts, but what we can control is like a little river of a stream of thoughts. We could direct them towards good things or direct them away towards other things. I always say this with a bicycle. We all know, like controlling a car or a bicycle. If the wind comes from one side, what do you have to do? Control the opposite side, right? You steer away, you steer towards where you want to go. And that's how we do control the stream of our thoughts. So if we are full of fear, what do we need to do? Find the opposite. What's the opposite of fear? It's not courage. Because if somebody says, hey, you need to be courageous now, you're not courageous right now, but you're full of fear, some even full of panic. But what's the opposite of fear? The opposite is love.
Yeah, love, yeah.
And it's like dark and light, fear and love. So we have to go to love. And then you can ask yourself, how do I love? You could ask children. You could see your grandmother that you love, or take a memory where you find your own love and then increase that love and then make more of it. And then ask yourself, how could I do more of this? How could I feel more? How could I direct my whole attention towards more love? And that's awakening the inner Buddha. And then you raising the inner chi, and then you begin to smile. Even stupid little things, exercise like start to smile now. If you betray yourself, you start to smile. You cannot change it. It's like, it's the right direction to go. So more love will reduce the fear, because like light and dark cannot exist in the same moment. It's the same with fear and love. If you're completely in love, if you fall in love, there is no space for fear. You just love.
I'm a great believer in that, and actually there's events that I want to do around love. It's something that I'm really working on. You were talking about selfish development. I believe that when it comes down to kind of our own personal life, we have to be selfish within reason. So I agree with you in us exploring what is it we're here for, and exploring that, and not being ashamed about doing that. I think kind of what it is all down to kind of the quality of the questions, and right now is the questions we should be asking ourselves is, what can I do with this downtime that I couldn't do before? What are the advantages of us slowing down? Because there's no doubt that there are advantages. So I unfortunately lost my mother a little while ago, and for example, well, for me, I would advise anyone that has parents that this is a time to stay in touch with them, to connect with them, to speak to them. And then there's a lot of stuff that we know we weren't doing, and you have that possibility now. Kat, I wanted to ask you what you wanted to be at the expo. You were going to share their ideas around what specifically, and how could you, or what kind of tips would you give people who are at home, who don't know what to do, who are bored and need to kind of like, have some kind of focus? What's your thoughts?
So my whole take that I was going to bring to the expo was this rediscovering yourself and expressing yourself, loving yourself. That talking about your self-love is that thing about the other speaker was saying about putting your gas mask on first. If you don't love yourself and like yourself and have that self-love going on, then you can't share that love out into the world. And there's a lot about ourselves that we try and change who we are to fit in with other people, or we think that this is a level of accepted, like we need to censor ourselves so that we can be accepted. But it's more about owning who you are and going, you know what, I really am in this kind of way, I really am this kind of person, and I don't apologize for being who I am. I take that person out as a gift into the world. So I think this is a great time to now at least start something that is going to be something you can commit to. Say, I'm going to read this book and I'm going to read a chapter of this book every day, or I'm going to start this course and chip away at it a little bit every day, or I'm going to start rearranging my closet and every single day I'm going to do it. I just have that focus every day, because people who do or used to have this 9-to-5 job that they'd go to, they had that focus. I get up, I get in my car, I go to work, I come home, I have my downtime. And now that you don't have that schedule anymore, it can be this loss of like, where am I? What am I doing? I'm just wasting my time. Yeah, drinking, watching Netflix. So find out now, what is it that makes you come alive? What makes you thrive? What do you want to listen to? All of the Beatles back catalog? Do you want to read that book that someone recommended you? Do you want to learn a new skill? And this is a time to do that without anyone else throwing their all into it. Don't listen to what your partner has to say, or what your best friend has to say, or what your parents had to say. Now you can shut all those out and go, what is it that I really want to do and I haven't been able to? Life has prevented me from doing it. I've been stunted from doing that growth. And get yourself a little self-plan. Maybe it's a course you sign up for. Maybe it's a book that you decide to download and read. But give yourself a schedule, for a reason to get out of bed other than just to check the news. And absolutely don't get up and look at your phone and be like, how many people died today? That's irrelevant. People are dying. We get that. Let me know when I don't, let me know when the rules change of whether I can leave my house or not. Focus on something else instead, because that's all happening. That is going on. You have no control over the outside world. What you do have control on is who you are, how you react to it, and how you can contribute. So yeah, get yourself that definite, this is what I'm going to do every single day. And once I've done that task, then I can check out the outside world.
That's great advice, Kat, and that's the truth. The truth is that that there's a lot of negative news in general anyway, and although people might feel that somehow they've lost their freedom, we're still all free to move around,
Yeah.
and we are, technically we're restricted in a way, but we haven't lost our freedom. There are people that are imprisoned. There are people that unfortunately are ill. There's people that, even in our circumstances now, would give everything that they have, which is nothing, to be where we are. So obviously reframing and looking at kind of, what other people might be going through, which is still more challenging than we are. It's not that should give us a peace of mind, but at least should put things in perspective, because there's, one of the things that I do realize with people, that obviously negativity, it starts with complaining. A lot of people are just like whingers, as we call in England, a bunch of whingers. And there's a lot of people that just love a good old whinge, love a good old complain. Those are the first people that you need to go to your phone and you need to go click on it and disconnect, okay? Just block. That's one of the great things that phone does. You can block the caller, and you couldn't do that when you have a phone on the wall before.
It's like when people post on Facebook and they're like, hey, is anyone else suffering from the whatever? Or, hey, anyone else finding it difficult doing this? And you're inviting other people to go, yeah, I'm finding this really difficult. Yeah, this sucks. But if you put something out going, hey guys, what are you doing today that's positive? Like, put that out in there. Don't ask for people to give you negative feedback. That's just so counterproductive. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so Raho, what's last thoughts? Because obviously, we're very excited to have you back when we speak the expo. So what are you sharing now? What would you like to leave us with in kind of this new reality that we have, which is going to take a little bit of time? I think we need to be patient. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. At the moment, unfortunately, for a lot of people around the world, it's starting and it's just going to probably get worse till it gets better. But we still have to keep the eye on the prize. Thoughts?
I have thought a lot about the last days, how I could help my friends and many people, my clients and all of that. And I have set up a webinar. You said I could share the news about that here. I put it in this chat here. Can you see it? It's a bit.ly link. And I will teach people what I learned since my childhood and 30 years of how to awaken the inner Buddha, how to find that peace, how to find that love, and how to elevate that. So it's 5 phases that you need to go to. It's first elevation. So you need to raise your energy, your love, cheerful, blissful, joyful. Even if you don't know, I'll teach you how to do this. And second, you need to integrate that into everyday life, into your new routines, what Kat was talking about. And then third, you need to create something with that. And how you do this, it's very simple steps. Everybody can do this immediately. And you can learn this within a few days. And then if you create a new relationship with new friends, maybe online, then you can share. You can share from your heart. And that is, we're like social animals, I like to say. And we have a heart and we have a huge human spirit. We're unlimited and we can share our love. And then from sharing comes caring. We could care for others. So as strong as I feel myself to be, I could care for many, 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 many people. And I think everybody who is centered within, in his own heart, everybody can learn this, everybody can do this. And that's what I would encourage people to look for. Where is the light? Where is your biggest joy, best energy? And then nurture that.
Thank you so much, Raho. And unfortunately, we're going to have to leave because I've got my next panel coming on. So look, I want to insist that anyone and everyone that's watching this, every single speaker that is here sharing ideas and tips and advices are coming from a place of love. They're coming from a place of honesty. They're coming from a place of giving. And I just really want to insist on that. And I want you guys who are watching to take advantage of it. Okay. And I'm insisting, and I've insisted this several times, that everyone that I've invited and everyone that should be participating here is here for the bigger good, and it's not for them to benefit. So I want to make sure that you appreciate that, because that's the concept and the idea of the best you. You know, we're not here to sell to you. We're here to help you, and especially in these times of need. Okay, Kat, last thought for us before we get going.
Oh, last thought. I would say definitely enlist an accountability buddy, because it's all very well going, I'm going to complete this thing by the end of the week, or I'm going to do this every hour. I'm going to find out whatever your goal is. I have an accountability group I meet with online every Monday at 10 o'clock, and we set our goals for the week, and we're nice to each other. We don't chastise each other for not meeting our goals. But if you're trying to get in shape or lose weight or enlighten yourself or read a new book, learn a new skill, get an accountability buddy to like make sure that someone else is in, because you'll lose your willpower. It will diminish. You need someone to sort of back you up. So whether you're living with people, whether you're quarantined with other people who can support you, if you're not finding that support from those people, go online, found an accountability buddy, and you can help each other through it together.
I love that. That's brilliant advice. And we were talking in one of the panels before, within us, because we also quarantined now together, communication is key. Okay. And if you've got your partner there with you all the time, well, maybe you want to get someone else as an accountability partner, just so you can speak to someone else. Okay. That's maybe good advice. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I'll be back in another minute. I'm already running late. Raho, thank you so much. Kat, lovely to get to speak to you both. And yeah, keep sharing the love. Well done.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.